Hi, this is David Newton speaking. Today I'm covering part number 2 from The Luck Factor about creating your own luck. Basically I'm reading from my favourite book, The Luck Factor by Dr. Richard Wiseman. And in part number 2 of this particular 4-part series, I'm going to be covering what's known as why lucky people actually are lucky. And principle number 2 that Dr. Richard Wiseman says is lucky people listen to their lucky hunches. In other words, lucky people make successful decisions by using their intuition and gut feelings. Now, it's an important point to note that because they listen to their lucky hunches and their intuition, they can make better informed or better calculated decisions, and they can take action upon those decisions with a fair degree of confidence. Now, obviously, not every decision works out for the best, but they're willing to take a more calculated risk because they have a lot more education behind their decisions. They're willing to take more risks based upon their intuition. So just to summarise just a little bit about why successful people, lucky successful people, and this pretty well applies to every different area of your life, not just the money side of your life, although it can be that way too. And if you've ever spoken to anybody who's successful at maybe say day trading or share market trading, or they're a successful real estate investor or something like that, they will probably have some of these traits in mind. They may not necessarily express it, but if you dig a little bit deeply, you'll definitely find it there. There's 2 different factors here that Dr. Richard Wiseman covers. Essentially, that is 1, lucky people listen to their gut feelings and their hunches. 2, lucky people also take steps to boost their intuition. Now, how do you boost your intuition? You learn, you read, you take courses, you note down your experiences and look at them for future reference. So it's essential here that if you are going to succeed, you do need to listen to those inner feelings, if it's called that, and your intuition. And essentially what your intuition is, it's kind of like an inner understanding. For example, like I remember when I had first started writing quite a lot of books, I'd written 2 books, maybe 3 at the time, and I wanted to embark on a much bigger goal of writing another, say, 10 books over a year. I later wound up producing something like over 50 books within a matter of a couple of years. But what I did do is I took my intuitive skills and I added to that by reading a whole lot more books and taking a few extra little courses on improving my writing skills, improving my ability to I was trying to focus on how I can do my fiction books better, not just my non-fiction books. So I worked very hard at building up my skill set, and as a result, and also putting it into practice, my intuitive abilities increased enormously so that I could write out my story outlines very carefully, and then when I hit the keyboard, I could then churn out the work with full confidence, because my intuition was leading the way with how the dialogue was going to go between my characters, and also how I could put in a twist ending at the end of the book and surprise my reader. So therefore, that created more demand for my books in the process. The point I'm trying to make here is that if you do take your learning seriously, if you do also capitalise on the experiences that you've got, you'll also be able to improve your lucky hunches and also improve your intuition and thereby improve your results. That's the most important thing, improving your results. So, like I said before, lucky people do take time to improve their luck by improving and boosting their skills, and they listen to and act upon their inner hunches and their intuition. So make sure you do that. This is David Newton speaking. Tomorrow we'll cover point number 3 on how you can improve your luck.